So let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sitting at 99,332. And things haven't changed. It is still holding on to all the support areas that we have. We had a support area at 92,500. It held on to it and it went up. After that, we had our next area of reaction that was at 97,300. And as you would expect, we had a good reaction over there as well. Initially, it was struggling to break the resistance and finally it broke, and now it is living above it. Now we had how much time under it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost more than a day. We stayed below that area more than a day, but finally we went and we broke it. Now, as we have gone above 97,300, we need to stay above that for 2 days. Only after that we can conclude that this pump is real and it is not fake. Unfortunately, it is the first candle on a daily basis that is forming above 97,300, because the other candle is literally touched 97,300 and went down. This is the first candle that if it closes, it will close above it. Then we need a second candle. Then we will have our 2 days, and then we will conclude that yes, now we are on a upward journey. And as I have previously communicated, when I say previous, this is I think a week or 2 ago or maybe more, we have a double bottom in formation. If it goes towards 102, then it will become a double bottom. Now breaking of 102 will help us shoot above $108,000. We will basically go and hit 110. That's a psychological area. We are not bothered with it. Our eyes will be towards $120,000. But all that is too early to talk about, just like the way when I'm talking about downward journey, it's too early. Same as the case scenario with the upward journey, it is too early. We need to have confirmations throughout our journey. Without confirmation, you cannot do anything. The good and the bad is that the good is that we are forming bullish structures. We are holding on to our support areas. That's the good. The bad part is that we are still under 100K and we haven't started living above 100K to give ourselves some confidence. Now, I will believe in the journey. I used to use 102 for the 120K scenario. Later on, we started using $100,000 for the 120K scenario. Now, we don't need to do anything else except for 97,300. If it holds 97,300 and stays above it, I would firmly believe that eventually it is going to go towards $120,000, because it's way lower than 102 that initially in initial days we were using it, because that was the only support. Now this is a reliable support. We see some good reactions to this area. It is a reliable support that we can rely on. But if it breaks 97,300, I have to assume that all this stuff is now done. It is going to go down, and it's not a big ask. It's not that we are becoming greedy or we are saying something that is unreasonable. It is completely reasonable. So as long as it lives above 97,300, we will be on a journey towards $120,000. But the moment you lose 97,300, then prepare for 85. If you want to talk that high, we need to talk that bottom as well. But that's from long-term perspective. From short-term perspective, our targets were simple: 92,500 to 97,300. That was the first range. We have achieved that. If you took an exit, don't be sad about it. It was a perfect trade. From 97,300, the next stop is 100,000. Unfortunately, that's a smaller gap, but it is what it is. Because after 100, it's 102, then it's 104, then it's 108. There's a lot of drama in that range. It's not going to be a straightforward shoot up. It's going to be in good amount of pieces. But the area between 92,500 and 97,300 is rather a bit more clean area, and it's a very obvious one. So as long as 97,300 holds, you should expect it to hit 100K. I'm talking from short-term perspective. Once you break above 100K, it spends 8 hours there, then you should expect it to hit 102, then 104, all that. But if you're looking at it from long-term perspective, as long as it lives above 97,300. The minimum living is 2 days. As long as it lives above 97,300, our hopes and dreams towards the upward journey stay alive. And that's pretty much it with Bitcoin. We don't have any form of news or event or anything. We did have an event of CPI. It came out, the inflation was higher than the previous time as well, and inflation is on a perpetual increase. I think this is the fourth one. I have to go and check, but this is the fourth time that we are seeing CPI, and it is on a rise. The good inflation rate would have been 2%. That is something that they were aiming for, but of course they have not been able to achieve it. We are sitting at 2.9. The worst inflation that we have seen, it was 4%. So let's see where things go. It's not looking nice from the CPI's perspective, but at least from structure and technicals perspective, Bitcoin is doing fine. If it loses 97,300, then it's 85K. So you can see the dramatic impact of it. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video, or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.